on my level. Give you what you need. Wanna watch me as I walk, slay, serve, repeat. Lean in just a little, I feel your body heat. Wanna watch me as I walk, slay, serve, repeat. Put you on the level. Wanna watch me as I walk, slay, serve, repeat. Lean in just a little. Wanna watch me as I walk, slay, serve, repeat.
Welcome back to another episode of I Live for This Review with me, Trinity the Tuck, and
Chantel Sparkles.
You're not sparkling very much today, bitch. Where is your highlighter?
She is in rare form today, honey. I had no time. I was working all day to the very last minute. And then I just threw this on really quick. So here we are.
You look cute.
Thank you. I feel it. Like I've been trying this new hairstyle out. I've been seeing the young kids do it. And I was like, you know what? Let me try it. Kind of like it.
Tell you what, bitch. You are one lucky bitch how thick your natural hair is. Girl, I'm going to go to Turkey.
It's honestly, I think I get it from my mom. Because my dad's hairline goes like back this way.
Well, bitch, as much as I duct tape my hairline and it like rips it out.
And you don't wear caps, do you?
No, but that's all gonna change soon. Because I'm gonna
once you get hair plugs.
Well, this year I'm going to get the silicone taken out of my face. I'm gonna go get a little lifty lift. And I'm going to I don't know if I'll do it this year because I only have September available. But maybe January, I'll go get, I think I found this place in Mexico that they do phenomenal hair restoration. And I'm not necessarily going bald, but like my hairline is just
it's just thinning from the tape pulling it out over and over.
Girl. So I'm going to fix that. And then I'm not, girl, you'll never have a hair flip again because I'm never duct taping my hair again.
Well, you listen, take it from me. You taught me originally how to just tape on your head, but then I started watching how Alyssa tapes her hair. And Alyssa puts a cap on first, and she puts it like right Edwards.
Alyssa Edwards ain't got no hair. She's bald.
I've seen her put it there. That's how I saw it.
I know, but she ain't got no hair. She is bald. She shaves her head.
Right. I know, but I'm just saying that before, like, I don't know how long ago it was, but she had a cap here, and then she tapes like right there to where it doesn't touch your hair.
Oh, right on. Well, it doesn't touch her hair because she has no hair.
She has no hair, bitch.
She has no hair. Anyway, well, this is the Lollapalooza episode. I can be honest and say that I would have rather have seen a reunion.
Well, just let's be honest.
Yeah. But I
because
will
we both have the same opinion.
I do like that they did give a little bit of like time for the girls to like air out some things, but it just wasn't enough. I wish this would have been girl, we get lip syncs every episode.
To me, it just seemed really crammed. Like they got everybody in. They were like, hurry up, say what you got to say, get this shit over with. Let's get this party started.
Right. But they're giving away $50,000.
In courtesy of Starbucks.
Starbucks. Yes, I know some people, there's like, some people aren't into Starbucks or whatever, but I
think there was like, not to say too much, but like Starbucks was kind of controversial for a good minute.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know if it's calmed down or not, but girl, I need coffee.
Yeah.
So, before we dive into this, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and if you want to win the $1,000 merch package, we're also going to be giving away other merch, like shirts from me, from Chantel, from I Live for This Review, to a few of you as well. Anybody in the world can enter, so make sure you do that. We literally have this episode and one more. So if you have not commented, liked, every single one of the episode reviews, you won't be considered because we will be checking.
Right, you better hurry up.
And then you have to be subscribed to the channel. That is the number one thing, girl. We're trying to like build this channel so we can actually make some money.
We're trying to build I Live for This, so we do this all with our own time, our own money. We're constantly getting in drag, we have busy schedules, but we're really trying to make this work. So if you can, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and support the show.
Yes,
Just
please.
that's it. It's free.
It's free. Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything. So with that being said, at the end of the last episode, I think, and definitely this episode, the show asks the viewers to go vote for who they
Oh
want.
yeah.
I don't know if anybody noticed this, but obviously because we have 2 family members, I've been keeping up with that. And this is the first time that the voting numbers have went astronomically different than the past several years. Like, I'm looking at this chart that somebody posted online, and the last several have been like right around close to 200,000 likes, the people that have gotten the most likes.
Yeah.
But Jules has almost 500,000 likes, and Anya has she has over 700,000 likes.
That's crazy because the last time that I looked, Jules had 200, and then Anya had like 200 and more.
This is what's odd, and I'm not saying I don't know if this is true or not. This may be just a conspiracy theory, but it's just odd that this is like that it's jumped this much. Because the next one over was Anitra, and she had 212,000 views or likes. So for it to be 212, that jumps over double for Jules, and then jumps almost double that for Anya, just does not make sense. Because if you look at their following, Jules just hit 200,000 followers, and Anya is under 200,000 followers. So how in the world do they have that many likes? And what I also noticed is when they put this up, Jules would gain like 50,000 followers, like in the matter of a minute. And then it would coast like normal gradual likes, like a normal post would. And then, I don't know, 30 minutes later, Anya would gain 50,000 likes in a matter of a minute. And then it would gradually go
So
up.
what are you saying? You think someone's buying their likes?
I don't know. I don't think it's them, but I think something was going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is, but the numbers are just staggeringly different. Again, in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah, it really just depends on what Drag Race wants.
it's just odd. It's just odd that it was that, but good for them if it is legit. I just find it odd. I just thought it was odd. That being said, I just wanted to put that out there. If anybody is what do they call those girls? The Harriet the Spies or the
Transvestigators, honey.
yes, out there. Just if you can go look and see what you can find out, sweetie, and report back to us in the comments.
Yes.
What do you
Nancy
think
Drew
happened?
that shit.
Nancy Drew. What do you think happened? I'm
Yes.
interested to know. Girl, I'm shiny already. Girl, I literally just got into drag.
Where are you shiny at?
My forehead. There we go. So
Let's get started on this episode though, because like there really wasn't much that went on besides lip
this is
sync.
gonna be quick, sweetie. I'm sure that's why I'm trying to like draw this out a little bit so we have longer than 20-minute episode. Hey,
give the girls something.
Give the girls something. So this is the lip sync Lollapalooza Smackdown, down. Well, when the girls first walk in, you automatically see the top 4, and they're all hugging each other, walking in, and then right after them, you see all the other girls. I thought that was so cute. It's fun. It's exciting that we see all the cast back, and you can kind of see because this episode and the finale were filmed much later than the regular.
Well, I think they were filmed the same time, right?
Well, I'm saying like this Lollapalooza and the finale episode were filmed like in the same week.
Yeah.
But basically almost a year after the regular season filmed is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
So
it's kind of like a reunion, but not a reunion.
yeah, and you can kind of see some of the girls' hair has changed. You know, some girls have had
Somebody's got
filler.
the All Stars treatment.
Yeah,
The
some makeups are better than what they were on this. Yep, there you go. Some makeups are better. You can tell that the girls have the funds because their costumes were a little bit more elaborate. But anyway, we'll get into that. They all gather around the table, and Ariete says that she has atoned for her previous behavior. What I
she
found
has a tone.
atone, like she has let me Google that. I don't want to say
Girl, like the one thing about you, you love to like. I know what this means.
no, I do. I used it correctly. I mean that's what she said.
No, I know, but I was like, what does that even mean?
Atoned, make amends, reparation.
Mm,
She's repented for her sins, basically,
okay.
for the things that she
So
did.
she just feels bad. She wants to apologize. She wants to make
Well,
amends
she's
with
saying that
people.
she has already made amends for the things that she did wrong, is what she's saying. She's atoned for for what she's done in the past, her
Not for
behavior,
you're about to say for her sins.
for her
For
sins.
her
I mean, basically.
sins.
In confessionals, though, Jules says that they um, are no longer machismo sisters, but more like machismo neighbors.
Neighbors.
And I was like, you know, if I had a friend who threw me under the bus, stole my jokes, and basically spit on my grave, I probably wouldn't be too friendly with them anymore either.
Honestly, I wouldn't even call them a neighbor.
Girl,
They'd
exactly.
be 6 feet in the ground to me.
Girl. Yes. Yes. Um, so Ariete pulls Anya to the side to apologize to her. And when you're watching this apology, how are you feeling about this?
To
Watching.
me, um, well, my instant thought to Anya was I fucking love Anya. The
Yeah.
way that she handles any situation is just it's very
I
classy.
wouldn't say that.
It's
I would say like how she handled
I thought it was professional as hell.
trim gate, how she handled the spray paint gate. I think those were natural reactions, but
Yeah, those,
not
but I'm
professional.
saying when it
But
comes
usually
to
this
yeah,
was
I think when it comes to like certain situations, like say for example when she was collaborating with Lexi, or like when she's in the room, she's quick to give everybody their flowers, even when nobody's talking about it. Like I just think that she has a class to her at certain.
usually yes.
Yeah.
For this instance, for
So when
sure.
Ariete apologized, though, I feel like she handled it correctly. Well, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say correctly because bitch, I still would have. You know me, I hold a grudge.
Oh, girl, you hold a
Yes.
grudge against them, their mama's aunt's uncle's dog, honey.
Yes.
They're not getting away ever,
And
bitch.
I take it to the grave, and
Girl.
it's very much that I will haunt them until it's over.
Mhm.
But so I still have a lot of respect for how Anya carried herself because, to be quite frank, the apology to me was very surface level.
Yeah, I think that Ariete
But
knew she had to do that on TV,
to get
and
the fans to be like, oh,
Mhm. Yep.
you know what I mean? Because the fans are, I mean, let's be honest, the fans are crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch what you say always. And then they get mad because we ain't saying what we want to say. But it's like, y'all like to just nitpick over every single damn thing that we have to say. And then you don't get the authenticity that y'all really want.
Yeah, but I will also say I think they probably had a conversation about this out
Or it was filmed and they didn't see it.
yeah, off the after that probably aired, they probably had a one-to-one conversation without it being filmed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was just the apology for TV.
Yeah.
So they probably had a genuine moment, and
So
Anya,
maybe
Anya's
what we
all
initially
about the
should have
win. She ain't worried about Ariete that went home.
I think what we initially saw was almost like, when we start our podcast, sometimes we'll say stuff and you're like, oh, wait, don't say it yet. Let's say it on camera.
Yeah,
Because it's like you get a better reaction.
yeah,
So it's almost like what you said. They had a conversation prior. So the genuine reaction wasn't as like, ooh, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so then the girls talk about their apologies. They go back and forth. Anya accepts. And then besides that, the only two things that really stood out to me was, Lucky had a bad run, she said, which clearly she went home first.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how she was honestly genuinely excited for the lip sync because she brought some good stuff and she was excited to show the fans like more about who she was,
Yeah.
which I thought that was really exciting because her look, I mean, we'll get to it later. I thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was clean too for it being, because, you know, a lot of her stuff is kind of like, it's like
Crafty. Yeah.
missing stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
But this, I thought it was
drag.
pretty
She's
exciting.
crafty. So for it to be very clean, you know, yeah.
Yeah, it was fierce. And then the next thing too is Jules asks, well, she tells Lana, she's like, so you're basically like the lip sync assassin of the season because you've beat so many people in the lip syncs. She's like, how do you feel about that? And Lana's like, I'm really stressed. I'm pressured because, like, you know, this is the big moment. So yeah.
Yeah. And Lana is a phenomenal performer.
I am obsessed. I know, like, it's very controversial to feel that way about Lana. From what I've seen from the comments from the fans, they're like, not too much, not too much. But for me, I'm obsessed with her. Like, I love her makeup. I love her body shape. Like, to me, you might be thinking I'm pushing this, but it's almost like Naomi with her body. How it's like long and skinny and long legs.
Yeah, no, I totally get. I can see. Yeah,
And when she
I
does
think
the
Naomi probably is shaped a little better because Naomi, even though she's really thin, as she's like aged, not that she's old, but like, you know, she's older than she was on her original season.
yeah,
She has like gotten thicker in the legs slightly, and
yeah,
so she's still super thin, but like she's kind of like evened out a little bit. She
yeah.
looks phenomenal. And Lana, she's just so lanky and skinny, but it still looks so good.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just very model. Like, I'm like obsessed.
yep.
But yeah, that concludes basically the beginning of when the girls all walk in and they have their little reunion. And then it goes straight into RuPaul and Michelle walking out. Honey, this is like my sleep demon, bitch.
Oh my God, girl. Go ahead. Tell us what you think.
So let's start out with Miss RuPaul. The bodysuit, love it, gorgeous. But honey, from the neck up, she's giving me my sleep demon that I would see in my, like, I'd wake up and they would just be standing in the corner of my room because them eyes were scary, bitch.
Scary.
Not a fan of the hair. I don't like the shape of it. I think that it should have been more flatter on the sides, and then the height on the top was actually perfect. Honestly, that's really it. It was just from the neck up. I don't mind the bodysuit. I think she's wearing the bodysuit, to be honest, because it's a lip sync Lollapalooza, and that's what a lot of the queens are probably going to be wearing. She's assuming, so she's probably going with the theme. But other than that, yeah. So I'm going to say hit it and quit it for me.
I hate this bodysuit. I think that it looks loose as hell. When she was walking, the crotch was so loose.
Ooh,
And then you could see it so baggy around the front and the arm.
around the knees and the ankles. But I mean, that's not really bothering me too much.
It bothers me because RuPaul is perfection and she needs to be perfect always.
Yeah. Well, you know me, I'm clocking the makeup and the hair. So
Well, I hadn't even got to that yet.
let's get into it.
The cinch isn't even as cinched as I've seen her before. Maybe that's because of the colors of this bodysuit. It could be.
I think it's the stones.
It might be that.
The stones are highlighting her waist,
Yeah.
which normally what happens is you're supposed to, if you want to make yourself look skinnier, you need to put darker on the sides and then highlight the inside so it makes you look thinner.
Yeah. Well,
Instead, she's highlighting it.
I'm not loving this. The bodysuit looks a little cheapy cheap.
Yeah.
I do like the hair. I get what you're saying about it needing to be flatter on the sides, but I actually don't mind the hair the way it is. Her contacts scare the shit out of me.
They do. I was like, girl, this is a meme down.
I'm living though because girl, you know I love horror. So she looks like
But she's giving very much like, you know, when it's Halloween and all it's like almost like the glamour drag queens that are like, okay, it's Halloween. I'm going to put in some scary contacts, but that's it.
Bro, I'm waiting for like the drag version of Michael Myers that dun 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 that music.
Dun, 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 dun.
Exactly, bitch. And girl, they put some major shoulder pads in this bitch because her hips don't match those shoulders, bitch.
The hips don't lie, honey.
So I'm gonna say hit it and quit it. I don't love it.
Yeah, that's kind of like where I'm at. Like, is this something that is groundbreaking that we've seen? No, RuPaul usually comes out with some fierce shit,
Yeah.
but this is kind of like, I'll say mediocre.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Michelle Visage, and now looking at the dress, I think the dress looks a little straight down for me. Like, it has a little bit of shape, but hit it and quit it because it's not terrible, but it's not my favorite look of Michelle's.
I'm still gonna say good pussy because she still does look good. I just wish there was a little bit more cinch, and I wish she had on a black pump instead of a white one. The white one still goes, but if
I would
I
have loved to see some earrings, like some little like white hoopy earrings, because this is kind of giving me. Is it Modge?
yeah,
Mod?
mod,
Mod?
mod.
Not Modge Podge, bitch.
Yeah, and I would love to see her hair kind of like that, like mod. This is Her hair's
Yeah.
giving me very 80s, and this outfit's giving me very, like you said, very like 60s.
Yeah. So it's all over the place, but what do you think of it?
Her hair is beautiful. Her makeup is snatched, but she is painted beautiful right now. Gorge. This glow on her legs and décolleté.
Hmm.
I'm still gonna give it a good pussy.
Well, let's go over the top 4 looks.
First up, we have Jules in this lavender three-piece dress, and I think she looks absolutely stunning. I
I
like
love
the
her in
fact that
purple.
the bra part has padding for once.
Hmm.
Um, I like her. This is her signature hairstyle. Her makeup looks snatched. She looks like an elevated version of herself here.
Hmm.
And I think if she were to win, this is the style we're gonna get of Jules 2.0.
Hmm.
And I'm loving it. I love it. I love it.
Me
Love it.
too.
Love it. I say great pussy.
Me too. I love this color on her. I think she's really starting to find, just from watching the show, like what really looks good on her hair color and her skin tone.
Yep.
Because that green that she wore for that one look was just not it. And
Yep.
it was so funny because I was watching her story one day and someone did a recolor of the green look that she had
Yeah.
and they changed it to purple. And I sent her a message and I was like, this is your color. I was like, you need to be doing purple because it's so beautiful on you. And so, I mean, I'm not saying that she did this color because of me, but she definitely saw that drawing and that recolor, I feel like, and was inspired by it because it's so beautiful on her.
Yeah.
Love this look. The hair is beautiful. Everything about this look is beautiful. I think it's just a dream. So great pussy.
Yep. Next, we have Lexi Love, and she is in this nude outfit and blonde hair. I think she looks stunning here. I
Mm,
like this color. It's giving me very like Britney Spears. I like
mhm,
the bands that are coming up her leg. Her body looks good. I like it. The skin tone next to this like nude color, just it all melts together. I really like it. I'm gonna say good pussy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree too. For me, it's like I feel like I've seen the same thing with her where she always has a train.
Yeah,
She's always walking with that silhouette. So is it something that I'm like gagging over as far as like surprise me?
right.
No. But does she look gorgeous? And when you said Britney, I was like, yeah, that's true. Britney down because Britney had that hair color. I think she's worn nude stuff like this.
Mhm.
You this is a clean look for sure.
Yeah,
You can't clock anything about it. So for me, I'll say good pussy as well.
yeah. Up next, we have Anya, and Anya is in a Doechii inspired look. I think it's like a recreation almost, but like she's elevated a little bit with like rhinestone stuff on the actual tie and the jacket. The hair's a little bit more elaborate than Doechii's. Um, I don't know this. The wig looks like it's a little too forward. Like
I don't know if I even like the wig, to be honest.
I don't mind the wig. It just the hairline looks like she's wearing it really low. I don't know. 'Cause, some wigs the hairlines are low.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. Anyway, she still looks good. I like the look. I like the homage to Another queer icon like Doechii. She's a great spokesperson for the queer community. And I think she looks good. I'm gonna say good pussy.
I love this look. Now, dissecting it, I feel like the hair, like you said, was a little too far down, but also I just feel like I would have loved to see something more up
Mm.
off the shoulders and almost like, you know what would have been kind of sickening? You remember that music video, Up with Cardi B, with
Uh-huh.
Megan Thee Stallion, how they had those crazy like whipped updos?
Yeah.
I would have loved to see that hair on it.
Mm.
Um, And then the jacket, I feel like the jacket, because in Doechii's look, Doechii's jacket comes up a little higher to where it shows her waist more. And
Okay.
this jacket, the two flaps come down a little. I know it sounds like I'm ripping this apart, but I honestly, genuinely love this look. I think it's well constructed, it's fierce, but I'm just nitpicking details.
Yeah.
You know,
What do you give it?
um, I give it a great pussy. The makeup, though, the one thing I've seen Anya do this like 2 times during the season, she sometimes does this like light mug where it's like she doesn't do that cut crease.
Yeah.
And for me, I just love when she does that.
Okay.
Like her makeup is so cunt that I really wish she would have done a cut crease. But all in all, still great pussy.
Girl, she was saying we ain't being judged this episode, so she ain't doing shit, sweetie.
You're right.
Last but not least, we have little old Sam girl in this picture next to everybody. She looks like a tiny little toddler, honey.
She
She's
does.
so short next to these other girls.
She's
And
giving this though.
she's in this like puffy skirt with like a cropped, almost like a Valero jacket, and it's like a print of a bunch of different images of her in black
Yeah.
and white, like a collage, and it's lined in pink. I love that when something is black and white, and then you have like a pop
Like a
of
pop
color.
of color.
And then something that I don't know if a lot of fans know, but me, her sister, and her mother all wrote a letter to her, and the designer of this printed that out and sewed it on the lining on the inside of the skirt. So it's kind of like a little memento for her and just for her.
That's sickening.
Yeah, I thought that was really cute when the designer reached out to me. Is this like a crazy over the top look? No, but for what this is, I love it. Also, one thing about this is people have been like saying Sam dresses too old. Sam dresses too old.
This
Not
isn't
here, bitch.
old.
This is so youthful and
This is
young.
young bitch shopping on Fifth Avenue.
Yeah, girl. It's
She
very
wants to
Sex and the
live
City.
the
It's
expensive life. She wants to live
yeah.
that. It's very that.
Her hair is like giving human unit, young, fresh. Her makeup looks a little bit more crisp and smooth. Girl,
Mm-hmm.
I'm living. I'm living.
Yeah.
I think this is a good pussy.
Yeah, I definitely think that I think it's a good pussy. I just want I wanted more. I wanted more. That's the only thing that I wanted. But she's smart because she wore this because she knew her ass was going to be sitting on the couch the whole time.
Right. Yeah. I think she was probably the smartest out of the three because Lexi's looks uncomfortable. Anya's is huge.
But
And
Anya was smart too because she had pants built on underneath.
oh, fierce.
So she took
took
them
that
off when she sat on the
Oh,
couch.
then that is very smart.
Yeah.
And Jules, that looks like it would be uncomfortable to sit in. But overall, who is your favorite runway?
My favorite was probably Anya's just because of the structure and the way that it's built was really impressive.
My favorite is Jules. I just think she looks regal. I think she looks like a winner here.
Yeah.
And even in bits like this where you're not being judged, my philosophy is always more. More is more is more is more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to look the part. And she
I will
looked-
say that it was between them both.
Yeah, I agree. But everybody looks stunned. Everybody looks stunning here. So great job. We're moving on, and we're gonna go to round one. The round one in the Lollapalooza is Hormona. She gets picked first, and
And she was not. expecting that.
right? She gets to either pick the song or her opponent. She decides to go with a specific song. She picks Liza with a Z. And so then they draw a ball, and her opponent is Lydia. What do you think?
Well, I thought it was funny because she was like, "I'm picking this song," and then one of the girls was like, "Yeah, she said she did this for a pageant, so she knows it, knows it, knows it." But for me, the performance, I mean, these were my notes. I said, "Hormona has done multiple reveals. There's no climactic reveal." Literally, she went bloom, bloom, bloom. It was almost like she was so frantic and excited at the same time that she was doing it, or nervous, that she was just ripping shit off. Like, instead of giving people a moment and then taking something off. Because that's how people, like, for example, during your season, when Sasha Velour took her hair off, and she's like, ah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then there's that climactic,
the
that
moment.
moment.
Right.
So that was the one thing that really stood out to me. I was like, well, this isn't working for you, sweetie.
I think Hormona panicked. I think,
That's what I mean. It was like
yeah, I
frantic.
think she was like, I need to not be eliminated first. And so she panicked and she did all of her tricks up her sleeve at one time. I will say I'm kind of over reveals. Um everybody does them because they feel like they have to.
Yeah.
I wish there would be rules now where, like, for this kind of thing, for the finale, there'd be a rule of no reveals. Like, we
Well,
just
then you would
get
have to specifically rely on
your talent.
your performance value.
Yeah. Because I also do feel like reveals like this, like, can hinder you.
Yeah.
If you do it too fast, or if it looks awkward, or we can tell, or I just feel like it's always cleaner just to not do a reveal. And I think if I was to go back on the show, I just wouldn't be doing reveals, bitch. I'm just gonna perform.
Now, I want to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Another thing I want to say is, with lip syncing on Drag Race, it really it's kind of luck how well you're gonna do, because most of the time these songs are not in your wheelhouse. It's not your
You've never really
forte.
done it before.
A lot of times you're in your runways, so you don't get to change into a costume that goes with the song for you to be able to perform. With the Lollapaloozas, you get to pick your lip sync costume, but you also don't know what song you're going to be lip syncing, so the costume might not go. Like, for instance, with Lydia here, this costume does not go for the song. I think when you watch someone in their natural habitat in a show and they get to choose what they do and the costume, it's always far better than these lip sync Lollapaloozas, because it's just it's all luck. And I will say, I think that Lydia's reveal of her cone head was kind of weird.
It was
Um,
weird.
but I do think overall she was the clear winner of this lip sync.
Oh, period. I will say, to follow up with a positive about Hormona, is her body and the way that she proportions herself is correct.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was
her
gagged. I
drag
was
is
like,
good. Her drag is good. It's high quality. Like, you know that she's very,
she spends money. She knows what she knows how to
yeah,
sew for herself.
yeah.
She's aware of her body shape. Like
She's very
she's
on her brand. All of her looks have been, like, very consistent of what her style is.
yep.
I like Hormone. I get a good vibe from her.
Hmm.
But this just wasn't her lip sync, and
Yeah.
I do agree that Lydia won.
Yeah. Me too.
So Lydia moves on into the competition, and up next we have Susie. And Susie decides to pick her opponent, and she picks Joella. Joella then gets to pick the song, and she picks Training Season. And I'll give you my opinion first. I think this is how you can tell that time has passed, because Susie's makeup, this is what I wanted to see on the season. This is what I wanted to see, because I knew Susie had it in her. She looks
Mhm.
like a
She's had a
very
lot of things in her.
she looks like a very elevated version of Susie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, her her tube makeup during the season was kind of crunchy. This is
Mhm.
so elevated. She looks
She looks fish too.
gorgeous.
Yep.
Gorgeous. Airbrushed. Her costuming looks even better. Her this wig with the little hair tie, that it looks much better than the little pin curl wig that she had on during the
Well, the hair honestly looked like it was like a little pin curl, and then when she took it off, I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
oh, bitch."
Well, I just loved it. It just was so good. The look.
Yeah,
Then Joella even looks really great. I like her in this
not too
costume.
much.
I
Not
think
too
she looks
much.
for her. I think she looks great for her.
For her.
Well, we're comparing herself to herself.
Okay.
And I think she looks good for her. I mean, this is a lip sync costumes. It's not like it's a runway. I think she looks good. I think her makeup looks good. I'm glad she's in like black hair because it just suits her.
Yeah.
And the lip sync though, I'm gonna get to the lip sync. Susie does her hair reveal, and even though it's like kind of a shock, it was kind of awkward.
Well, she's never I don't you can tell she almost, like, don't know how to work with long hair.
Well, this is what I'm saying about like lip sync.
Hairography.
You're gonna get like this is why it's kind of awkward sometimes. You like some of these girls just don't lip sync these songs. This is not Susie's forte of her style.
Yeah.
So like seeing her in her natural element doing her own thing is probably far better than this.
Yeah.
And you know I can say that because girl, like a lot of my lip syncs that I've done on the show weren't stuff that I would do.
Yeah, when I would see you do those songs on the show, I'd be like, "Oh, this is not what Trinity does," but she's definitely holding her own.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even there's been some times I'm like, "Ew, I would like, why am I doing that?" But it's because you're not in your element. So,
Yeah,
I'm not loving this lip sync. I'm kind of bored, actually.
me too.
I think,
Let me tell you one thing that stood out to me while because you're talking about the lip sync. You know when Dua Lipa says something about, like, the rodeo in the song?
yeah.
Girl, I got my life and cackled when she said rodeo, and Joella goes,
Oh yeah, girl.
I was like, okay, not to, like, read too much, but you know what we always say, like, when go to a local talent show and watch support them, obviously,
Yeah,
but watch them do the talent show. A lot of newer queens, and this isn't a dig, this is just queens trying to figure out how what works for them, how to perform, what they like.
yeah.
But normally queens over emotes for songs that are newer. So when they say hold your baby, people will literally do this.
Yes.
Or like when they say like God, they'll go like this or and it's just it's cheesy. You know what I'm saying? So when
Yeah.
Joella did that, I was like, this is cheesy but funny.
Yeah, but that's kind of Joella's brand. Joella is a little cheesy. She is a little cheesy. Her
Yeah.
her 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 memorable quotes are very kind of cringy. Her
But they're funny.
yeah, but they're funny and it's memorable and it's very Joella. So I'm living for it.
Yeah.
But I did find this lip sync quite boring.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
I
I
do
don't
think out of the two though, sorry y'all, I'm gonna powder.
I don't see what you're seeing, but okay.
I do think though overall Susie won the lip sync, but to me this was just not. I did not like this from
Yeah.
either. From either.
Yeah, me either. Like it was very all over the place and you could tell that Joella was like, "This is my song, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna perform this like I am that girl in Hollywood, California. Like she is the face of it, so she's gonna let them have it, honey." But then, like you said, Susie was kind of like, "I'm just gonna have to give them what I have to give."
Yeah, and another thing is like when you wear a human wig, which is what Susie has on, and you put it underneath something else and it's under there for a while, it's gonna get crimped. And that's why, like, when she did the reveal, it looked kind of weird throughout the rest of that lip
I
sync.
liked it though.
I didn't like it at first. Not during this lip sync because it looked too out of place and a little too disheveled, but not in a stylish way. Later on in the night, the wig it like moved into place and then it looked good. This one I just didn't like it.
Yeah,
But we find out Susie wins, moves on. Next up, we have Lucky, And she decides to pick her song "Step by Step" by Whitney Houston. Girl, love the song, perform the
Me
song.
too.
I love the song. And she gets to lip sync against Acacia Forgot. What do you think?
Well, again, this is another thing where like Acacia does the reveal, and I don't know why she did the reveal with her back facing the audience. I get because she was showing like, I guess it was like she didn't want to show the cat suit, but she wanted to show her hair. But it was just, you know what I mean? It was just odd.
Yeah.
But other than that, I thought Lucky was so funny.
Yeah.
She was so good. Like she just had like, I don't know, looking at her lip sync on the show and then looking at her lip sync now, I was like, this bitch can perform.
Yeah.
So I was impressed. I think that she was bluntly the winner.
I wouldn't go that far. For me, I enjoyed this lip sync. I thought both
Yeah.
of them did good. I see why Acacia did her reveal the way she did. I wouldn't have done that, but she came out like this Dolly Parton-ish character,
Which is her brand.
which was like her brand during when they filmed. But it looks like she's like trying to become a little bit more trendy. And
Mm,
so that's why she did the reveal with the wig and the jacket at the same time. So
mm.
it revealed this trendier hair, this trendier costume, so we could see a 2.0 version of herself. Um, I would have done it differently, but I do think that they both did pretty good. I do
Yeah.
think Lucky was really funny with her tits. Um, and RuPaul loves
A gimmick.
a titty gag. Usually. Um, I thought this was good. I liked Acacia's little fake out death drop.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yes.
I loved how Lucky was like spinning her boobs. It was really enjoyable. You could tell the judges loved this lip sync, and I really liked this lip sync too.
Yeah. It was fierce.
Lucky moves on, totally fine with that. I would have been fine with either, but I think that Lucky edged her just slightly. And
I think it was good for storyline too because she did so, I wouldn't say bad, but like she didn't make it.
right, yeah, no, she did do bad. Her lip sync, when she went home originally,
Hmm.
it was not good.
Yeah.
But we find out Lucky moves forward. Next lip sync is Ariete, and she picks her song "Below Me One Last Kiss" against Corey, and I'll give you my opinion. Um, when First of all, they both look great.
They
Corey's
do.
makeup is so elevated. I'm loving this blonde color on her.
Me
I'm
too.
loving her eye makeup. You can tell she's got a little lip filler too. It looks good on her. The costume is elevated for what she's worn on the runways before. Um, Ariete looks incredible. I live for this hair. I love the costume. Um, I will say the gag of the shoulder reveal that turned into like spinners. It's a cool idea in theory, but it was a little sloppy, and she didn't have the technique of that. That is a technique. There's ravers that do that at parties and stuff, and there's technique to spinning those kind of things.
Yeah.
I just thought this was a little sloppy.
Yeah.
And then other than that though, I think they both did great. I thought they both did great. They both were entertaining. For me, I thought Ariete won this lip sync.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I
I
was
thought
going to say
Ariete
that, especially with the song choice. Like right off, I mean, obviously, you can't say because of the song, but like sometimes the song really does work in your favor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Ariete's style went so well with the song. I like that she did this in the beginning when she's like, fist up, whatever. Like she wasn't over emoting. Like I think Ariete is a great performer. Watching her on the show, I was kind of like, I don't know if she can perform because like it was a little awkward.
Yeah.
But I think it was like you said, it's just sometimes it's a bad song or a bad moment,
Or just
But
not your style.
that's what I mean. And like this was more up her wheelhouse, and I was impressed. I loved it. And I honestly, when she didn't win, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. I think that this was definitely her best lip sync out of the ones that she's done on the show, because I think this is her fourth lip sync or third lip sync. and
Yeah.
definitely her best performance so far. You know, there's probably several reasons why they didn't let Ariete win this lip sync. One being the fan base response to her actions.
Yeah.
Two, they wanted this Corey Susie build up. Because Corey's kind of like let Susie have it. And there's like this rivalry kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, we find out that Corey moves forward. Next up, we have Crystal, and she goes against Lana to "You Make Me Feel." And what do you think?
This was the one with all three of them, right?
No,
Which, hold on.
Crystal against
You make me
Lana.
feel with Chris.
You
Okay, yeah, sorry.
make me feel
Yeah. Sorry, I read the wrong note.
real. Yeah.
First off, I love this song. I always listen to it while I'm doing hair. Obsessed with it. Adam Lambert did a cover to it. Love it.
Mhm.
I thought it was good. I just think that. Remind me how the lip sync goes.
So let's first talk about Crystal's outfit. She looks gorgeous. She's in this like dress thing with a
It's giving
boa.
high whore drag.
Yes. Lana is in this color blocking hat, suit,
Yes,
jacket thing. They both look incredible. They both look
I love her
incredible.
outfit.
Yeah. Um, for me, I thought again, Crystal's reveals were awkward. They were awkward. And what she had on underneath looked better. Like once she had it all off, it just looked
Yeah,
better for what she was doing, and she was
yeah. I remember what you're
performing
saying now.
better. Um, yeah, go ahead.
No. I was just agreeing what you said. I remember like what she's wearing now. The only thing is the part, when they were lip syncing and they were up on each other and they were like touching each other's pussy and like doing all this. I was like, this is weird.
I didn't mind
That's
it. I really
weird.
liked the move where Lana went up behind her and like she got her by a leash, and then she like
That was
rolled like
sickening.
she was fucking her.
She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck this bitch in the ass and let her know that she just got fucked in this lip
Yeah,
sync."
it was fierce, and she did it. She only did it twice, so it wasn't overbearing. So it was almost
Yeah,
it looked like a dance move versus like
that's
being.
what I'm saying. I love Lana's lip syncing. She's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I thought they both did great. But I do think that Lana edged her out just a little bit. For
Yep,
sure.
edged, honey.
Yeah. So Lana moves forward. When Crystal leaves though, she's
She's mad, honey. She's
you could tell
fuming.
she's flustered because she flubs her exit line when she was trying to say uh mighty real, she says righty real, and she messes it up completely, and then RuPaul says something, and so she says it again and still messes it up again. It was like, what is happening? But you could tell when she went back to backstage, she was flustered that she didn't move
Yeah.
forward. Yeah. All right, so now we're up for round 2, and first up is Lucky, and she picks We Found Love and goes against Susie. I'll give you my opinion first. Susie pulled out this stanky leg. It was very awkward. I don't know if she was trying to be serious or trying to be funny. Either way, it just didn't work for me.
It was weird.
Again, a boring lip sync. Lucky's doing the same move she just did, and if you don't have something new, why would you do the same thing? I thought it would have been genius if there would have been a way for Lucky to have pulled off one of her boobs and started bouncing it like a
Ooh,
basketball. That would have been
yes.
so cunt, bitch. But she did the same move, so it gets boring for the viewers and obviously for the judges. Um, I just didn't think this was a good lip sync. Again, I don't think Susie did great in this either.
I don't either. I honestly feel like there was one moment in one of the lip syncs. I don't know which one it was, but she took her fringe and she like she spun like a helicopter.
Yeah,
And it was like, I was like, that's cute. Like, work with what you got
yeah,
and really entertain that way. And I feel like during the part when she's like, the buildup of We Found Love, when it's like dun 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 dun, dun you
yeah,
could have literally just kept spinning that. It was so cunt.
yeah. But
But
again, this is probably not her style drag, girl. She says she's a theater queen, so she probably does Broadway songs and like sings live and taps and
what is your opinion on that?
of what?
Of someone that only does a specific style of music.
I love it. If that's there's all kinds of drag. So if that's her shtick and that's what works
Mhm.
for her and she's good at
I
it,
totally agree with that. I agree with
yeah,
all styles of drag, but I feel like, and maybe it's just because of me working on a cast with people like you do too as well. Like we're trained to like learn all types of music because that's just how that's the job. That's the 9 to 5 job.
yeah.
And so if you don't do that, then I wouldn't say you probably would get fired, but you honestly would kind of how would you describe that?
It would get repetitive if they were on a cast like that. But I can say like when you're in a position like us, like Drag Race, where you're traveling around and people are probably only going to see one or two of your shows ever. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they don't have that kind of money to go out and travel around following you.
Yeah.
So, they're going to get a good show of what you do really
What
well.
you represent.
And because she's not on a cast somewhere, it doesn't really matter, you know?
Yeah, she can do whatever she
She
wants.
can do whatever she wants, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And this is all speculation. I don't know what Susie does in a regular show because I've never seen a Susie show.
Yeah.
I'm only going off of what I picked up.
And I'm not saying just Susie in general. I'm talking about just queens in general that
Yeah,
do
of
like
course.
one style of
Right.
music. Like I'm like I want to see different types because
Yeah.
I want to see what you can do because God forbid you get thrown into a lip sync for your life and then you're like, "Oh my god, I've never done this song."
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Um, Susie ends up winning the lip sync and moves on. I don't have an opinion either way of this because I just didn't enjoy the lip sync.
Which one is this?
Susie versus Lucky.
Susie. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of meh to me.
Yeah. We're moving on to the three-way lip sync, which is Corey, Lydia, and Lana, and they lip sync to 360. I thought this was a great lip sync.
I was living.
Yeah,
I said, this is what I want to see the whole episode.
yeah.
Now, clearly, we
Tell me what
can't
you
because,
thought.
when Drag Race cast people, they got their queens that are the filler queens, the mid queens, the winners. So they got to have variety.
Yeah,
But yes, like you said, this is what we want to see.
yeah. I could have seen any of the three of them winning this lip sync.
Same.
I thought they all brought something different. They all did really good. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was fierce. Loved it. Who do you think won, in your
I
opinion?
I honestly I thought it was I thought it was between Corey and Lana. But I thought Lydia did just as good almost. So
Yeah.
it honestly, like I said, I could have went anyway. So for Corey to win, not a big surprise. Glad for her. She moves on. Who did you think was gonna win?
I think it was between Lana and Corey. I would have loved to Lana for her to win.
Yeah.
But with Corey winning, I'm still happy for her.
Mm-hmm. So now we're down to the final lip sync, which is Corey versus Susie, which is what I think production probably wanted from the start.
Yeah.
And they're lip syncing to APT. Tell me what your thoughts are.
I love the song first off. I think it's so cute. This was a good lip sync for me. I thought it was cute. Corey definitely like was good at lip syncing the song. I think they were honestly both in their element. I know that Susie probably doesn't do this kind of music, but she should try to because I thought it was cute. I liked it. I think it was between both of them. What do you think?
I thought Corey looked a little awkward and a little self-conscious, especially
Mhm.
after she did her boobie reveal, because she was holding her tits some.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, if you're gonna do that, you gotta just let him go. Like, let him
Yeah,
go.
you can't be
I
holding
think
on to
you
it the whole
holding
time.
on to him looked awkward. It looked self-conscious, and it took away from the performance aspect of it.
You're thinking too hard about what you're doing and
Yeah.
you're not giving.
Yes. I think this was Susie's best lip sync. I think
Yeah.
she devoured this. She looked natural. She looked like she was having fun. And I thought she did great. This is what I want to see. She did great.
Yep.
Best lip sync. I think she definitely won this. And then we find out that Susie won the whole thing and $50,000, bitch.
Which, you know what? I'm proud of her. I'm glad she got the 50,000 because she worked really hard. I mean, all the girls obviously did, but you could tell that Susie genuinely was so hungry to be a winner or at least top 4.
Mm-hmm.
And when she didn't get that, I kind of felt bad for her because I know, like, I don't know. I just feel like she really put a lot of work into it,
So do
and you
you
can
think that
tell.
this is a consolation prize?
Um, kind of, because like getting up to this point, she wouldn't have won in some of those moments of the lip syncs. You know what I mean? So it is. You want me to say it so they can attack me, bitch. You want me to be
No, I'm
nailed at
just
the cross.
I'm asking your opinion, baby. I want to know what you think, sweetie.
You asked me, sweetie. You asked me, and I
Exactly.
told you
I
it was
asked
a
you
participation award.
because I wanted to know, sweetie. I wanted to know what you
Participation.
thought. I wanted to hear your opinion. Um, yeah. I mean, I think that I don't know that I would have let Susie win that first lip sync, but I definitely think she won this one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly what you said.
Yeah. Um, well, with all this being said, who do you think
That.
is going to win the crown?
Girl, I don't know. I really feel like it's between Jules and Anya. It's got to be.
I still think it could be any of them, any of the
Yeah.
four, because all of them have something different to offer. Um,
I'm just looking at, though, like the stuff that they're like, obviously we can't go off of outfits, but like I'm looking at people judging like, this is what you brought for this episode. This is what you know what I mean?
we're going off of fan reaction, but based off of those voting polls that seem very obscurely tainted because of the number.
Not the Trump voting polls being bought out, honey.
Girl, girl, rigor mortis. Um, it sounds like either Jules or Anya. I think tonight, just purely based off of their look, Jules looks like the winner to me.
Very polished, yeah.
I think all four of them look great. So I'm excited to see who is going to win next week. Make sure that you are subscribed, like, and comment. Tell us what you think about that voting poll. Tell us what you think about these lip syncs and who won what in the comments. And also tell us whose team you are on for the crown. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, also, something we want to announce. After this season is over, we're not going to stop doing our I Live for This podcast. We will keep doing these weekly. It'll just be different topics. So
Yeah.
stick around, stay tuned, listen to what we have to say. We're definitely going to be doing All Stars, which comes out next month. But in between, we're going to do our regular podcast. So make sure.
And are we going to be getting in drag for that?
Yeah, we'll be getting into drag, and we'll be
Mhm.
giving away merch for that as well. Different stuff.
Yeah, I might do a glitter bomb wig giveaway as well.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Maybe we'll do like a costume giveaway. Maybe we'll do like a virtual dinner.
If y'all have any ideas,
A
put it in the
virtual
comments.
dinner date. Yeah, if you have ideas of stuff that you would like to be given that is reasonable,
This is say, don't get crazy, bitch.
Don't
We
get
ain't giving no cars
crazy.
away.
leave that in the comments too, because we do read the comments.
Yes.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Go follow Chantel at Chantel Sparkles, Glitter Bomb at Glitter Bomb Wigs, Trinity at Trinity.
Oh, by the way,
Tell me.
sorry to interrupt you, but let's talk. Do you want to talk about the looks before they just posted them on Drag Race, the top 4 looks?
Oh, let's do it next week. Let's do it next
Are you
week.
sure?
Yeah, just because it's part of next week. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just do it.
All right. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah. Go follow
Your social medias: Trinity the Talk on TikTok and Trinity the Talk on Instagram.
Also, I just created a Instagram for my design page. Yes, it is Tuck Shop Creations. I had to think for a second because I just created this. Tuck Shop Creations on Instagram. You can go check out the things that I've made. What I'm doing with this is I'm not necessarily taking orders right now, but I'm going to start dabbling in costuming. We'll see how this goes. I don't know.
And I've been telling her this forever. Like, she's such an amazing designer. Like, she's been making my costumes since I started drag. You've made so many costumes for people on the Drag Race. Even before you were on Drag Race, you've made stuff for people. Like, I think you made J. Jolie stuff. Yeah, you're just very talented and you have an eye for it. And I don't see why you're not doing this.
Well, I think it's important that we have diversity for entertainers to be able to reach out to, because all the designers that I work with, Ethan, Jeffrey, Troy, other people, all have different strengths and all have different styles. So in mine included, like, I have a very specific style that's not like everybody else's. And you get to choose, like, okay, I want this kind of look, so I'm going to go to this person.
It's smart.
I want a very structured look, a corsety look. I'm going to go to Ethan. I want something flamboyant. I'm going to go to Jeffrey. I want something airbrushed. I'm going to go to Troy. So that's you get to choose different things. So just stay tuned with that one. Again, that is Tuck Shop Creations, and we'll see what's going to happen. I actually just applied for a creative space downtown LA that I'm gonna turn into where I do podcasting, where I sew, where I paint paintings, where I store my drag, and just a creative space, because it's pretty big.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. Just stick around and stay tuned. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
I saw the ending from the very start. Might not always be